Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, everyone?
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Okay, let me see who is there. Okay, whom do I have today? Well, we have Ibrahim Ahmed Helmi. Okay, Ahmed, assalamu alaikum, Ahmed. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, fine. Alaikum salam.
Okay, nice to see you today anyway.
Yes.
How's your life? Tell me more about your day. How did you spend your day?
Alhamdulillah, good day.
It was a good day. In what way was it good?
It was good. I started at work today and then finish work because today is a half day. Then joining you today. That's all.
Oh, that's it. Nothing
Yes.
more. All right.
Yes.
If I ask you to introduce yourself to Ibrahim, your colleague, what would you say about yourself?
I am Ahmed Helmi. I'm a civil engineer. I am 37 years old. I born in Cairo, Egypt. And I work in the construction field, infrastructure works at Aziz company. And I'm married and I have 2 boys.
Okay. Sounds very interesting. Where exactly do you live?
I live in Riyadh in Sahafa Avenue.
Okay. Why do you believe that the Sahafa Avenue is a little bit special district? Do you believe that this is a very special district, or it's just me who thinks so?
No, it's for me it's not meaning this, but I have chosen this because it's too nearest to my work. That's all.
Mm-hmm. It's too close to your work. All right, it's close to your work. You better say so. It's
Okay.
Right, great. Ibrahim, could you please say something?
Hello, Madam Hind. Nice to meet you, Ahmed.
It's nice to meet you too.
Okay, Ibrahim is such a good friend, by the way, and I believe that you both characters are matching with each other in some way. We'll discover later on. But I know that you will feel happy together. Okay.
Inshallah.
Okay. Where is everyone? The rest of the people are not here yet. So what do you suggest? You suggest to wait for more 2 minutes, or Ibrahim, write something in our group, please.
I already wrote something on the group.
Okay. And nobody.
But I think Najwa just writing, I cannot attend our session.
Oh, so it's Najwa and Iman too. Iman just apologized because she's on her way back from Mecca. Okay, so that's fine. All right, great. You guys are so lucky to be only 2 who are starting our writing section together. Okay. What do you think? Do you think? All right. Okay, let's start with the writing section. First of all, Ahmed, did you take your IELTS test before?
Yes, I did.
And tell me more about it. How was it?
It was good. I took it last vacation in Egypt.
Right.
It was in June, last June.
Okay.
But the problem that I'm not prepared myself good for this. Only I prepared only 2 days before the test. And
Only
I think
2 days before the test.
Yes, and I think this not good.
Not good at all. Yani, this is
Yes.
overconfidence.
Yes,
Were you very confident that you'd be able to do it? Here I am on the hero here.
Yes.
Were you very confident?
This is only for a trial. I make this for my first trial to evaluate my level of English. That's all.
Okay, so it's just you attended the test without any previous preparation, or without even looking at the test, or have you looked at the test before?
I have looked for test before, and I collected a lot of material.
Okay.
But I'm not studied it.
Oh, you didn't study well for the test.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Preparation. Okay. Today, inshallah, we're going to talk, and sorry for not opening my cam again today. but it seems that, I don't know, I'm running too short of time here in Cairo. I don't know whether you know, guys, that I'm in Egypt. Yay. So we have Mohammed. Welcome, Mohammed. How are you doing? Mohammed, hello.
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, why were you late?
Because there are rumors in our group, Mrs. Hind, I can't attend our session. I guessed, I thought I saw it. Mrs. Hind can't attend to our session.
Oh, okay, who said that I can't attend today's session?
Najwa said, Mrs. Hind, I can't attend to our session.
Oh, okay.
She said
So it's not
about
Mrs.
herself.
Okay. So anyway, don't believe any rumors unless I am the one who said it. Okay.
The problem is, it isn't rumor. I read it by mistake.
Okay, you read it by mistake. So yes, again, do not believe any rumors unless I am the one who spread these rumors. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we were talking about the writing section. All right. So Ibrahim and Mohammed, both of you have taken the test before, right?
No.
Neither of you? Okay.
No.
Okay, let me tell you something. First of all, let me share this screen with you.
Today we start with writing sessions?
Yes, today we'll start with the writing session. And again, we will continue on the speaking and the writing together. This doesn't mean that we're done with the speaking yet. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, great. Wait just a minute, please. Okay. Now let's share the screen together. And I just want to ask you one question. Do you guys know how many sections will we have in our IELTS test?
Yes.
How many?
4.
No, for the writing, we'll have only.
For the writing only, we have 2.
2.
Very good. For the writing, we have only 2. First one will be the writing section number 1 and writing section number 2, which is both of them. Let me share my screen now. Right? So we'll have in the writing section, this is the writing section, pardon me. In the writing section, we'll have, as we said before, you will be given just 1 hour to write 2 essays, all right? In this 1 hour, in which you should be writing 2 essays, the first essay will be a letter, all right? The first will be writing a letter if you're taking the general test. The second one will be writing an essay, which is a little bit different than writing a letter, right? An essay.
Right.
Okay.
These are 2 different types of writings. We have the writing a letter and writing an essay, and what's the difference between them? This is what we're going to figure out just right now. The point is that you will be asked to write, for task 1, you will be asked to write at least 150 words. You guys know this?
Yes.
For task 2, we will be asked to write,
250 words.
Very good.
At least.
And for the time that should be assigned for each task. For task 1, how much time should we assign?
20 minutes.
Very good.
20
Only
minutes.
20 minutes. And for task 2, you should assign the remaining
40 minutes.
Very good. So it's 40 minutes, right?
Okay.
Now let's find out everything that has to do with writing a letter. For a letter, we have different types of letters. Who can tell me what are the different types of letters that we may encounter in the IELTS test? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, only gentlemen. There are no ladies today.
About the type or
Types
about
of
the
letters,
form?
yes.
maybe formal letter.
Very good. Number one is formal letter. Number two,
Maybe informal letter.
informal letter, which is called
I don't know, maybe message.
okay. We have formal, semi-formal, and informal. All right, these are three types of letters that we may encounter: formal, semi-formal, and informal letter. All right, now let's see what's the difference between these three types. We have semi-formal, formal, and informal. In general, let's say that the informal letter is usually addressed to, continue please. A formal letter.
Friend.
Friend, only friend? Could it be a family member? Absolutely.
For sure.
It can be yes, it can be to someone in your family as well. It could be a family member. For a formal letter, it should be written to someone. Continue, please.
Is a friend or a family member?
A formal letter is usually written to someone you don't know at all. Like, for example, your boss.
Sorry?
Someone you don't know. The formal letter should be sent to someone, either to someone you don't know or to someone you don't have very close personal relationship with, like your manager, your manager at work, your boss at work, or someone you don't know at all. It's like a manager in which you apply in his or her company. Okay, and the semi-formal letter. Can you guys guess? Ahmed, Muhammad, can you guess? Semi-formal letter?
My neighbor. My neighbor?
Your neighbor, okay, or?
Work colleague?
Work colleague, okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me say something. Muhammad, okay, we have Ahmed Helmi. Do you have an idea? To whom should we send
Yes.
semi-formal?
Semi-formal can be written for your colleague at work, which you know his name.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, it could be to a colleague at work whom you know his name, but in the same time, you don't have close personal relationship with him, or anyone else that you already know, but from far away, and the relationship between you and this person is not that strong that allows you to speak to him in an informal language. You got me now?
Yes.
Okay, let me start to explain the difference between the different types of letters, but in a little bit more organized way. This is the general module, task 1, writing IELTS, and this is a sample letter. All right, I will show you one of the sample letters, but after we explain what do we mean. The purpose of this section is to help you with the writing task 1 of the IELTS test. In task 1, the candidates are asked to respond to given problem with a letter requesting information or explaining situation. It's suggested about 20 minutes is spent on task 1, which requires candidate to write at least 150 words. Depending on the tasks suggested, the candidates, which are you, candidates are the test takers, are assessed on their ability to either engage in personal correspondence, يعني مراسلات, to send and receive, elicit and provide general factual information, express needs, wants, likes, and dislikes, express your opinion or views or complaints. Letters can be formal, semi-formal, and informal. All right, now I'm not going to show you my screen, and I'm going to ask you some questions, please. Number 1, if I want you to write to someone I don't know, which type of a letter you should write?
Formal.
Very good. If I ask you to write to the airlines,
Formal.
Formal.
formal. If you're writing to your closest friend,
Informal.
if you're writing to your school counselor,
Semi-formal or formal.
very
Formal.
good. If you're writing to your landlord,
Landlord, formal.
Formal.
you guys know what's a landlord?
Doesn't that mean the mayor?
Raise your hand if you know the answer. I'm going to choose. Raise your hand, please. What's a landlord? Hi, Ahmed.
It's the owner.
The owner of the place in which I live, or the owner of the apartment in which I've rented my apartment.
I know his name, but
okay, you know his
have a
name,
good
but you
relationship
don't
with
know.
him.
Very good, but you don't know him quite well. Very good. Okay, let me ask you another question. Well, if you're writing to your boss,
Formal.
Formal.
Semi-formal. Semi-formal.
Your boss should be formal. Your boss should be formal, even if you know him quite well. If you're writing to a company,
Formal.
Should be formal. Yes.
you're writing to your pen friend,
Your what?
Formal.
your pen friend. Pen friend. Do you guys know what's a pen friend?
No.
زمان
It's
كان في ميلز والكلام دوت فكنا بنعمل ايه؟ كانوا بيجيبوا مجلة ميكي اوكي ويبعتوا لنا friends يقولوا لنا ايه if you would like to correspond this person I was born يعني اللي بتكلم ده الجنريشن بتاع ال 80s early 80s and late 70s اوكي فكانوا بيعملوا ايه in these magazines يقولوا لنا if you would like to correspond with a friend in Australia to practice your English here are the details for the person whom you would like to be your pen friend.
صديق المراسلة.
المراسلة برافو عليك صح. The pen friend is a friend which you know just by sending and receiving letters from. Letters مش emails بقى ولا كلام ده. This is a pen friend. So if you're writing to your pen friend, close friend, or cousin, or one of the family members, then you have to write in which, yes, very good, in informal style. Very good. Thank you very much. Right. And now let me again share my screen with you because I need to give you more information about the difference between formal and informal style in writing. Okay? Now let's have a look at this. Here, this is an example of a letter. After I write this example, I will tell you what's the difference between a formal and an informal letter. Here is one of the writing prompts that was given in one of the IELTS tests, okay? You play a team sport. No, I want Ibrahim to read, please.
Okay. You play a team sport with some friends. Last week, a member of the team had an accident and wasn't able to play with you at the weekend. You decide to write him in hospital, telling him about the match. Write a letter to your friend in your letter. In your letter, tell him which team won. Describe the conditions on the day. Say how you felt about the match. Okay?
Yes, okay. Write at
That's
least
all.
150 words. You do not need to rewrite any address or to write any addresses. That's fine. Then can you guess what type of a letter should you write now?
Informal.
It's an informal letter. Why? Because they say that you play a team sport with some friends.
Yes.
All right. And here is the situation. All right. Let me ask you a question. How many answers or how many questions should I answer?
3.
These are 3 questions. These are 3 questions, right?
Right.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes. So we have 3 questions. Number 1, actually they are 3 questions, but the point is that, let me just, I will try to scribble as much as possible. Number 1, it's write a letter to your friend, right? Tell him which team won. This is number 1. Number 2, describe the conditions of the day. Number 3, show how you felt about the match. But where is the real situation? The situation that I should be talking about, or I should put myself in, is that you decide to write to him in hospital, telling him about the match, right?
Right.
And again, it says that last week a member of the team had an accident and wasn't able to play with you at the weekend. So here is the situation. Put yourself in this situation and start acting accordingly, okay? Let's read the band or the band 9 model, and then we will try to guess or to find out what is supposed to be written in this letter, all right? This is the band score model answer. Okay, now Mohammed, read please.
Dear Frank, I was so sorry to hear about your accident.
The name of the person is Frank. Did he mention his name?
No.
Was his name mentioned in the writing?
I have to mention the name.
Was his name mentioned in the writing prompt?
No, I have to make up a name.
Just compose one. Just make it up. Okay, great. Yeah, so dear Frank, continue reading.
I was so sorry to hear about your accident. I hope you're feeling a lot better today and that is not too boring in hospital. The match was on Saturday was disappointing. The score was 2-2, probably because you weren't there to score that extra goal. The awful thing was that we were winning until 10 minutes before the end. When suddenly they scored another goal, I was so shocked when I saw the ball hit the back of the net. I think the weather was to blame. It was a really wet day and the pitch was very muddy. By the end of the game, you could hardly see the grass and we were sliding around in the mud. Everyone was exhausted. Exhausted. Let us know when you're going home, and we'll arrange for someone to bring you to watch the next game. The rest of the team send their regards, and we all wish you a speedy recovery. Best wishes, Charlie.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Charlie was really nice to write such a nice letter, right? Yeah, okay. And now let's try to take or to have a deeper look at this letter and try to guess what the details that were mentioned here in order to get a band score 9. Do you guys know that the band score 9 is the highest band score you can get in the writing or in any other component in the test? Band score 9 is the highest. Yes? See,
Yes.
number 1, you have to express and ask about your reader's health. Okay, here was the first paragraph. In the second paragraph, tell him the score and briefly describe how you felt about the match. And these are 2 answers for 2 questions. Number 3, mention the weathers and the conditions. Remember, they said describe the conditions of the day. And number 4, finishes with good wishes. This is the ending sentences with the good wishes for the man who lays down in hospital, right?
Right.
All right, so the point is that this is a formal or an informal letter.
Informal.
Huh?
Informal.
Very good. Can you notice? I will ask you whether you will find these words or not. Please just try to find out. Here. Let me write these things down now. You guys find the greeting. I want you to write these things in your copybook just right now. The greeting. Contraction. Abbreviation. What's that? Abbreviation. Okay. Closing. Signatures. Commas. Introduction. Answers to the question. Wishes. Okay. So I will ask you one by one, all right? Ibrahim, what is the greeting?
Dear Frank.
Okay, this is the greeting. The greeting is, if you look here, you have to notice, what do you notice in the greeting, Ibrahim?
It's a very friendly way.
Okay.
Because he is
Rahim,
one of his friends.
Very good. But it's not a very friendly way. It's just a way of writing a greeting to someone you either know or you don't know. The point is that you have to start dear with a capital letter and the name of a person you're talking to with a capital letter too, and end your greeting with a comma. Yes. All right? So capital D, capital F, comma. Right. And here I have a very important question. What if the person that you're talking, who is your English instructor, her name is Hind Al Khayal? What would you write in the beginning of your letter as a greeting?
Maybe dear Miss Hind or dear Madam Hind.
Okay. If this, that would be okay if you're in Egypt or in Saudi Arabia. But once you move to a European country, they consider it to be a very inappropriate style to speak to a lady whom you don't know very well or whom is considered to be your boss or your tutor or your teacher, to be called as her name. If you would like to say Mrs., then it's better if you say dear Mrs. Khayal. Yes, that's it. You don't call her with her first name. Same for everybody else. If you're speaking or writing your letter in a semi-formal or a formal letter, then if you mention a title, you have to put the family name's title, not the first name. Don't call a lady with her first name if you're writing a formal letter to her or a semi-formal to her. Anna, I don't mind writing Dear Hind, and write to me in a very friendly way. Okay? So, Dear Frank. Okay? That was the greeting. What about Muhammad Hassan? Where is the contraction here?
Contractions. You're بدل you are. I hope you're feeling a lot better.
Okay. I hope you're feeling a lot better. Very good. Type. Can you tell me more contractions? Do you know any more contractions?
Okay. Let us know when you're going home. You are.
Okay. What else?
You weren't there to school. Probably because you weren't there to school.
Yeah. So for contractions, The word contraction means you just take two words, right? And you join them together to make only one word.
In
So
one word.
saying you are, it becomes your. Instead of saying they are, it becomes their. Instead of that we will, it becomes will.
And
Okay?
that it.
That's, yes, very good. So we can write
Okay.
that's. I'm going to give you some examples. That's, isn't or aren't. Okay? We've, for example, instead of we have, there instead of they are. Okay? Want instead of will not. Okay? Also we have should have as a contraction too. حد يعرف should have?
Should have.
Should have.
Should have.
Should have.
Excellent. So these
And
are
could have.
types. Huh? What are you saying?
Could have also.
Could have too.
Could have.
No,
Could
we
have.
have too many. These are just a few examples. Yes, could have is a nice
Okay.
too. Okay, these are only
Mrs. Hind,
yes.
about the second sentence in the letter, I hope you're feeling a lot better today and that it is not too boring.
No. Yeah, and
that
it's not
it's
too
not
boring.
too boring.
And it's yes, means that I hope that the condition is not too boring in hospital. I hope that you can cope with it.
Why when
Yeah?
okay, why we not say and that's not too boring?
What's that? What are you referring to by the word that?
The sentence say and that
Yes,
it's not too.
Yeah.
Why not we say that is not too boring?
And that is not? I was so sorry to hear about your accident. I hope you're feeling a lot better today. And that is not boring in hospital. لا. That هو ما يقصدش بيها إنه you're feeling a lot better. هو الحقيقة إنه الpronoun here is it. And the antecedent, فاكرين إحنا I'm gonna explain this lesson, pronouns and antecedents. Pronouns, البروناون اللي أنت بتتكلم عنه عاوز تحذفه هو it يا محمد صح؟
Yes.
It refers to the conditions in the hospital. But it's a hidden antecedent. It's not showing. يعني بدل ما يقول and it's not too boring in hospital, هيقول and that the conditions are not too boring in hospital. You got me?
Okay. Okay. I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
طيب. So these are the contractions or the most common contractions. For am, is, are. So it becomes I'm, he is, she is, it, it's, where, you're, there. Okay? This is for verb to be. For not, we make the contraction of N apostrophe T. For verb to have, we have WVE. For has, we have apostrophe S as well. Like when you say he's, in this way, this means either he has or he is. Depends on what's coming after. Okay? They are, want or there. This is pronounced as there. Want, will not, should have, and could have. Understand? This is the contraction. And we better understand what I mean by these words because later on... Hi, Ibrahim.
We use only contractions when we write to our friends, mainly in informal letters or in any letter.
This is a very important and essential difference between a formal letter and an informal letter. In a formal letter, we never write in contraction form. We never contract words. We just write I am. I don't write I'm. I write you are without your. We can't do this in a formal letter. Okay? So what about the abbreviations? Abbreviation.
Okay.
Okay, also we have for contraction let's. L-E-T apostrophe S. Let's. Okay? Okay, what about abbreviations?
Maybe as soon as possible.
Oh, yes, very good. ASAP, very good. ASAP, as soon as possible. And this is not a contraction. This is called abbreviation. Abbreviation يعني اختصارات. We cannot use abbreviations in a formal letter. Yet, we can easily use them in a friendly letter. Okay? So abbreviations like ASAP, as soon as possible. TV for a television, for example. Okay? Many other words that may come later on.
ELZ.
Okay, ALZ, very good. Or whatever you guys are writing, AL7, which is Alhamdulillah. Instead of writing this like in Franco-Arab, they are used to use AL7 and so on. Okay? So
FYA.
ETC, for example, which is etc. You're not allowed to write such things.
And OMG.
And?
OMG.
Oh no, this is not an abbreviation.
Oh my God.
No. This is not an abbreviation.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, or lol, laugh out loud, and so on. But these are not abbreviations. Okay? Abbreviations, yani I try to abbreviate the word.
Maybe.
Sorry?
Maybe for your action.
Oh, what do you mean?
For your action.
Oh,
FYA for your action.
FYA. You cannot write all these abbreviations in a formal letter. And by the way, why are we learning the formal letter? لأنه أنا عارفة إنه في الإيميلز أنتوا بتخربوا الدنيا وبنكتب الفورمال على الانفورمال. فإحنا إن شاء الله now on we're going to write very accurate either formal or informal emails so that people can notice the big difference. ولما يجوا الناس يسألونا إيه ده يا جماعة أنتوا اتعلمتوا الكلام ده فين؟ نقول لهم فين بقى؟ عند مين بقى؟ هنقول
عبد الأبلة.
بستغلكم بصراحة. Okay.
الله يسلمك.
طيب, I need Ahmed Helmi to tell me where is the closing here in this letter.
Closing here, best wishes.
برافو يا أحمد, صح. And where is the signature?
This is Charlie.
Very good. Do we have any commas in this letter?
Commas, I don't know what is meaning commas.
comma يعني شوف يعني بعد فرانك شايف الواو الصغيرة دي؟
Sorry, yes.
It's okay.
Commas here coming after the name of my friend at the start and after best wishes we make comma.
Yeah. And many other commas in
many others. This is for the counteractions, yes.
Very good. Thank you very much. Okay. So for the commas, I usually add one after I write my greeting to the person I'm corresponding with. Another one here in the closing sentence. Okay. طيب, thank you very much, Ahmed. Ibrahim, where is the introduction? The introductory paragraph. Where is it?
It's the first line after the greeting. I was so sorry to hear about your accident.
Yeah. Starting from I until hospital. Answers to the questions. We have paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4. Right? If you have any wishes, yeah, Muhammad Hassan. Do we have any wishes?
Yes.
Where are they?
The rest of the team and send their regards, and we all wish you a speedy recovery.
Very good. Thank you very much. And this sentence is such a good sentence to be said for whoever is sick.
Miss Hind, could you please scroll the page to see the questions?
Oh, there, yeah, Muhammad. I will scroll the screen to see the questions.
Scroll up.
Scroll up إيه ولا scroll up ولا scroll down. هو خلاص كده هم.
ليه بس كده؟ هو ده مش apple?
No, this is not an apple. I'm not that rich.
تجوز عليك الصدقة.
Okay. So anyway, these are answers to the questions, to the given questions. خلاص? Now I need to erase
Okay.
whatever I wrote because I'm gonna move to something else. Okay. Here we have
I don't know why I feel something is missing in the letter.
ولا أي thing is missing. Don't worry. What is the thing that is missing?
طب أشوف السؤال أطمن.
لا. Don't worry. The point is that I'm not opening my camera. This is what you feel is missing.
Okay.
بتطمن لما بتشوفني في الكاميرا. أنا متأكدة من كده. My students all. Yes. طيب معلش for that time allow me يعني this time only و next time إن شاء الله I'm gonna open my camera with my board and stuff like this. So don't worry, okay? Here we go.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you what are the differences or what's the difference between writing a formal and an informal letter, okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. And again, let me share my screen with you. Here are the most important details that differentiate between a formal letter and an informal letter. Number one, in the meaning. The formal letter is a letter written in a formal language in the stipulated format for official purpose. So your purpose is mainly an official one, رسمي, لسبب رسمي. An informal letter, a letter which is written in a very friendly manner to someone you're familiar with, which is called an informal letter. For the objective, professional communication. But here the objective, يعني why am I sending this letter? أكيد for personal communication. The format, يعني the way it looks, it's written in prescribed format only. Prescribed format only. له شكل كده الفورمات بتاعته ايه بيتكتب to the left and what's to the right. For the informal letter, no prescribed format. No, ما يقوليش where to write my address, where to put my signature or whatever, wherever I should write my parts of the letter. Written in. دي مهمة قوي. Written in first person. Business letters, third person, others. So for the first person, you write business letters. Third person, you write others. For the informal letter, you just use first, second, and third person. عارفين يعني ايه first, second, and third person? Do you guys know what's the first person?
No.
Maybe there is commas. You send this message to multiple.
لا.
Multiple.
No. First, okay. Let me say, or let me write down what's first, second, and third sentence. Our person. We have the pronouns I, he, she, it, we, you, and they, right?
Yes.
Yeah? I and we, both of them, I and we, عارفين ضمائر المتكلم This is
Yes.
exactly the first person pronoun. I and we. First person pronoun. طب am I allowed to use the first person pronoun in a formal letter? قال لي no. Don't use first person pronoun unless you're writing a business letter. You better use the third person pronoun like he, she, it. All right? For others. So again, for the first person pronoun, I or we. وطبعا كمان other pronouns like my, like mine, like our, like ours. Okay, these are all first person pronoun. I, me, my, mine. We, you, we, our, ours, and that's it. Okay? These are the first person pronoun. Third person pronoun لما بكون بتكلم عن حد غائب, which is he, she, or it. These are third person pronouns. He, she, or it. وطبعا كمان الضمائر المشتقة منها like his, him, or بس his and him. Yeah, his and him. She, her, or hers. It, or its. These are the third person pronoun. يبقى متبقي لنا ايه غير بعد كده؟
They.
only have, yes, we only have you and they, which are the second person pronoun. Okay?
Okay, but could you explain the first person business letter? I mean, I don't say I or I am in the business letter, informal letter.
No, you better say them if you're writing a business letter. Use the first person. That's fine to use the first person. If you're writing a business letter, like for example,
Like what?
like for if you're talking or you're writing to your boss, telling him about a certain problem that you have investigated and you found out some solutions. So you will start writing whatever your information and or whatever reason you're writing this letter for, and then you start talking about your own activities for investigating this problem and your own solutions. Then at that time you have to use I and my, right?
Right, but if I complain about a company's product or advertisement, I don't say I or I am.
صح كده. So you can use I or I am, and again, if you're writing a complaint, for example, a complaint, then you need to use the third person as well. Third person, like he, she, or it. Like I called him yesterday and he didn't pick up the phone. All right?
حضرتك قلت I.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. In the third, for others, you can use first and third person as well.
Then
And
I talk about passive voice. It's noticed that.
yes, very good. Usually when we are writing a formal letter, it's better if we use the passive voice. احنا لسه مش هنتكلم دلوقتي في passive voice. Don't confuse yourself.
ما
Anyway,
هي دي الطريقة
huh?
This is the only way that I couldn't use I or me if I have to speak
That's
in
fine.
passive voice to use third person. Okay.
Yes, I totally agree with you too. But again, does this mean that I cannot use the third person? No, I can definitely do that. But it's better if I use the passive voice as well. Okay?
Okay.
For the informal letter, I have to use first. I can use first, second, or third person. It's okay. Written to business, colleague, institute, employer, or organizations. Business, colleague, or institute, employer, organizations, etc. But for the informal letter written to a friend.
You mean college? You mean college?
Oh, sorry. This is college. Pardon me. Yeah, this is college. Pardon me.
No problem.
Business, college, or institute, employer, organizations. And do you guys know the difference between employer and employee? Employer and
yes, employer, the man who hired employee.
The employer
is the owner.
Organization.
Employer is the owner.
Okay, employer is the place which hires or the person who hires other
Employees.
employees are the people who work in a specific organization or in a specific place. For the informal letter, you write to friends, family, or acquaintances. Are you guys familiar with the word acquaintances? Acquaintances are people
Yes,
who...
it's my relatives.
No, actually, they are not relatives, but people whom you know, like friends of friends are your acquaintances. All right? Or people you know, but from far away.
Friends of,
They're not, too close to you.
yeah.
These are your acquaintances. Your uncle's friend, for example, could be your acquaintances. Okay? Okay, so here for the formal letter, as Mohammed has been saying, for the formal letter, I better use the passive voice instead of saying, I have figured out that. It's better if I say, it has been figured out that. Yes, for the passive voice. It's better if you use the passive voice. وطبعا I will explain the difference between passive and active voice in another lesson. For the informal letter,
If we write it as active, if we write it as active voice,
it's not bad. No, it's not wrong. Yet, it's better if you use the passive voice. Again, it's not wrong.
Okay, but it's,
Yes.
it is allowed.
It's allowed, yes, yes. As long as it gives the meaning.
Okay.
For the sentences, for the
For
formal
sure,
letter,
for sure.
you better use long.
But I'm looking here for if it is prohibited or not.
No, no,
That's my question.
no, we can't say that it's totally prohibited. No, you can't say so. For the sentences, you can use long, complex, compound, complex sentences. But for the informal letter, you better use short and simple sentences. Here, you have to be very concise. Here, large or concise, that's fine. Concise, yani, do you guys know what's concise?
Specific.
Specific. You have to be very accurate. You just go to the point. You have to be just right to the point. You don't go around whatever you want. Okay? So,
Okay.
على طول قول لي, what do you want? And don't roam around whatever you want. All right. Finally, we'll have the contractions and the abbreviations. As we said, we have to avoid the contractions and abbreviations. And for the formal letter, we can easily use them. Okay, gentlemen? Now you understood
Okay.
whatever I want to say,
Yes.
right? Yeah?
Right.
Have anything
Yes.
to add to differentiate between a formal and an informal letter? Okay, now teach.
Make your handwriting clear.
Pardon me?
My
Okay.
handwriting. I'm suffering about my handwriting.
Your handwriting is bad. Okay, now again.
Yes.
You guys know what should you do, right? You should say,
Okay.
Each. Okay. Okay.
what you should do.
Okay.
I want you please to move to your rooms. Okay? Accept your invitations.
Okay.
Hey. هذا أخوي. ننزل نخلص وننزل. No, not how are you?
Fine. How are you, man?
All you have to do is to just teach each other the difference between
Okay.
this and that, formal and
You
informal.
can start. You can start, Muhammad.
Okay. Formal letter. It's better to become more concise, use complex sentences.
لا ما فيش. محمد أحمد. Hello Ahmed.
Yes,
You didn't join the room, my dear. You have to
How-
accept the invitation.
How can I do this?
It's just a button that will show in your screen on your screen saying that do you agree to join room 2 or breakout room 2?
I already did it join, but I didn't found anything.
Okay, so you didn't find anything. All right, let me move you again to room number 2, okay?
Okay.
So Ahmed, can you teach me now the difference between formal and informal letter?
Yes, formal letter when I write for the boss or for the company or for college or
خدت
any
بالك قلت كام
person I
فوق؟
don't.
خدت بالك قلت كام اور دلوقتي؟ كتير قوي صح؟
Yes.
Okay. Should you do that?
No.
Okay. يلا continue.
When I write to boss, company, someone I don't know his name and don't have a good relation with him. And about the informal, when I write to a friend, so close friend, member of my family, colleague in my work, I know his name. Yes.
Is that all?
Yes, near to be. Yes.
Some things that should be avoided in writing a formal letter. And
Yes, you asked me about who I can write to.
no, I
You
said
need to
what's the
complete.
difference between a formal and an informal letter?
And we have another instructions I have to follow. In when I write for the formal letter, I have to avoid using commas like this, and I have to write in a passive way.
مش using commas. دي ما اسمهاش using commas. I have to use the commas. I have to avoid using abbreviations.
Abbreviations, yes.
اختصارات الكلام انك تحط كلمتين مع بعض في كلمة واحدة. Yes.
Yes. I write to the first person, third person, and others. This is for the formal, and in the formal, write for the first, second, and third. Using the surname like Mr. or Miss or the family name. This used in for the formal, and when I writing for the informal, I can use the direct name, first direct name directly. I think this is the almost.
Okay.
Yes.
Not bad. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right.
Hello?